Hello everyone, and thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Gleb, and I'm working as a delivery manager at OntargIT. We are continuing our webinar series about Microsoft Cloud for Manufacturing solution, explaining how products and services included in this offering may help you in transition to modern factory. Today, we'll focus on workforce transformation. It's one of the most important areas because employees are the core of every business. Employee engagement was elevated from a nice-to-have function to an essential priority, especially during pandemic. We hear a lot of people talking about creation of modern workplace. But if you want to stay true to that mission, we have to empower all workers. And that includes 80% of global workforce, who we call frontline workers. Sometimes they also call deskless workers or blue-collar workers. But by manufacturing workforce, we mostly imply them. And if you want to build a modern workplace in our organization, we should provide them with a modern and efficient tools. Frontline workers are one of the leading edge of what manufacturing organizations do every day. In the factory, frontline workers are the people who drive product quality and keep critical equipment running. They are also the people who keep customers in business by servicing and repairing products in the field. And frontline workers are also critical in a link for companies' supply chain. They are the people who deliver products to customers and distribute materials to factories. The success of manufacturing organization is heavily rely on these people. They are people who every day do their best, so all of us stay connected and in business, even during unprecedented disruptions. Given the crucial role frontline workers play, it's very surprising how often they are overlooked. According to Forrester and Microsoft research, about 78% of senior business executives say that they want to empower frontline workforce and took this as a key priority in their digital transformation strategy. However, the related surveys from people actually working inside the factory indicates that less than 25% of workers are really feel that they have a modern tools to make their job efficiently. And it has its grounds to be true. If we look at the manufacturing plant, in most cases, it hasn't really changed much since the last 50 years. They are outdated, fragmented, and overly complex. The physical scheduling board has a lot of pins, papers, and strike-throughs, and it's very hard to extract the information you need in case that any change has been made. Paper-based work is still present. Companies spending a lot of money on manual data processing and storing these documents somewhere. And there is a big amount of old-fashioned and analog devices that workers use, imposing threat of multitasking and making such environments very error-prone, especially for new workers. The issue we outline are not just solely IT related. It has its implication on business operation and HR function. There is an ever-growing demand for skilled workers. And at the meantime, 33% of Americans doesn't believe manufacturing work is interesting or rewarding. Building modern workplace is one of the options to attract more talents in the field. Due to pandemic and fast pace of changes in the industry, there is a rising skill gap that needs to be addressed by efficient tools in order to share the knowledge and build new skills. To reduce employee turnover rate, we need to make engaging workplace so that people can communicate and build working relationships with each other without barriers, and then share the positive feedback among the others. And it's really put a lot of pressure on IT department. They should find a tool that creates a single information hub, automate routine business processes, have the simplified app and device management, while in the meantime, stay protected and compliant. With Microsoft Teams, you get a single platform to chat, meet, and collaborate from anywhere. I'd like to emphasize that it's not only a tool for messaging and communication. It's a unified hub that was designed to be a single point of information interchange between the workers and between workers and applications. And I'd like to point out that if you are not enabling such set of experiences, workers are going to use consumer-grade apps for communication. And it means that data will be outside of your control and e-discovery. Just enabling a chat will mean that data is put back inside your enterprise network and you can control it. Using Teams, you get the best of both enterprise and consumer-grade worlds. We need to understand that the pain points frontline workers experience and actually how to map the product features to make it simple, intuitive, and easy to use, to be adopted at a larger scale. Microsoft Teams for frontline workers was reimagined to provide easy-to-use experience, having everything workers need in one place. It's not exactly the same to what we see in the basic Teams for workers behind desktop PCs. Frontline workers have the following requirements. They need to easily communicate and collaborate. They need to access documents from time to time. And they need to have an easy access to industry-specific apps. It means that they need to connect to data from line of business applications, which is most times very complex, especially if they are on the go and they want to simply tap into this application to get the information that they need in this particular moment. And lastly, scheduling. Scheduling management is a big issue, and Microsoft has developed scheduling capabilities within Teams that is going to make scheduling much easier. With that said, I would like to give you a demo of some of that capabilities. I will use an example scenario outlined here. Alex Wilbur is an operator of Fabrica manufacturing plant who uses Microsoft Teams to start the shift and perform regular inspection on that plant. Other operators, like Miriam, helps Alex with the issue he found by communication in Teams and walkie-talkie. And the supervisor, Deborah, managed her team and ensures safety in the plant. So let's switch over to the demo environment to show how it works. So I'm here on the Alex mobile app, logging in Teams. The Teams for frontline workers has optimized view that can be configured by administrator who can introduce new features step by step when it's needed in order to simplify adoption. What we see that the channels that are pinned there, the chats, and the ribbon at the bottom that we already know from the desktop Teams. Okay, let's go bottom to the shifts in order to start it. So when I click shifts, system shows me what shift I'm assigned today, the time, and if I click on that, there may be some day notes and shift notes provided by my manager. And also there are two functions to swap an offer, which allows me in the digital manner to swap the shift with other workers if I need it. So I can create requests from there. So if I click on the right top corner, I see some different shifts from my coworkers, which are grouped by department they belong to, whether it's operators, whether it's electricians or mechanics. So if I click swap, I could select the team member and the shift I would like to swap the shift with. So let's go back. In case I need any request, like time off, I can create it from that screen. So if you can see here, I have already created some requests, and one of them is having the 1 day off from October 1st. And this request is already pending on the Alex manager. So with saying that, I will switch back to time. I will switch now to the time clock. Sorry. At the time clock, I can tap in and use the timer in order to track the time I have spent on the factory on doing any job. If I need to take a break, so I can tap onto the break. So it now will switch to the break mode. So after I have a lunch or something like that, and when I back to the factory floor, I can click stop, and then the shift will continue. When I'm done, I can click stop once again, and as you can see, there is a list of the timesheet, the time entries I made during this time. Those ones that I can have ability to confirm and edit that according to the permissions I have been provided by administrator, but the ones that are at the bottom that has been confirmed is no longer available to be edited. All that report across all the workers will be available for my manager to make a further reporting. So to start the shift, I go to the next tab on the bottom, which is called tasks. If I go to the tasks, so I can see multiple views. I can select the planned task, important task, or the ones assigned to me. Plus, in the shared plans list, we see the different list with the task group by particular category. Let me click on Assign to Me task. If I click there, I see the big list of tasks assigned to me by my manager. So let me select the first one, maybe the last one in this list. So I can see that I have a task, so I need to make a routine inspection on pump 7 in the line, production line 1. It's assigned to me. There's no new date, but still it can be added by the manager. It's priority. I can indicate that I start working on that by selecting in progress. And also there is a checklist that implies what I need to do. So I need to check the temperature, I need to check the pressure, and validate there is no leaks. There could be any other attachments, or the documents or some forms that could lead me to some other external data that need to be that can help me to perform the task. So I will go to this line 1 pump, and I need to make an inspection. So I have already opened one of the links, which leads to me to the form where I need to specify what I'm inspecting. So I specify the number of the machine I'm checking, and imagine I have already found that there is a leak on that machine. I click yes. So I have validated the air filters, and they're fine. So I click yes, and then I haven't found any visible audio vibration. So, and with that, system also requires me to upload the file, a picture of the leak I found. So I click upload file, I can select the picture, and then it will be attached to the form and sent to the manager in the Teams. I will show you in a minute how it will be shown in Teams in the channel. So I click submit, identifying that I found a problem. So after I submitted that, I go back to the Teams itself and put the checklist. And now I need to find how to fix that issue. So I haven't done that before. That's why I would like to double check, is there any documentation ready how I can use. So I click to production line 1. I click to the training and certifications, and I click to the files to see if there are any file related to that issue. What could also be, there could be some channel assigned, the video channel assigned to this chat, which called maintenance. I can click that, and actually there could be already a lot of videos related to the particular task or particular problem. So I can select that video and play it. And actually it also supports some closed captions, and that can be shown in different language. So without being able to find that, I could also request the help from my coworkers. So if I go back to the production line, you see that the last request later that the incident leak repair on pump 7 in line 1. So I can add the reply and mention my coworkers there. So I can specify that I need help. And if needed, I can also mark that and it's important and assign whatever other document I need. So there's a very simple communication, but it's very structured. So in case someone replied, that can be seen there, and also all the history is saved without the need of using of paper-based documentation. So there's also one feature that I'd like to show you is the walkie-talkie. So without the need to have a separate device, every Android device that have the microphone has been used as a walkie-talkie. So I've selected the channel I would like to talk about, like a live chat, we can call it like that. I click connect. So, and after I connect that, I can hear what everyone is talking about, and I also could tap on that to say something I need. So the other guys who in the same chat or some experts could also communicate with me. So this also supports, the experience of using one device to do all the typical tasks they do on the field. So with all of that, I can switch now back to the manager and how the shift manager see all that experiences. So now I'm here on the manager account, Deborah. She's using the desktop version of Teams. And now I'm also on the shift side where I can see, where the shift for that week with all the different groups of workers there and their time they have availability, time they booked for that particular task. So it's very easy to plan. So I can move that in every direction. I can also, change the view. This could be a day, it could be a week, month, and also can apply the filters. Plus, it allows me to, see it based either on the people or the shift. So basically, how many people assigned in that particular shift. So I see here that the Alex have made a time off request for parental leave, and I also see that there is some shift that he is booked to. So that's why probably in order to approve that, I need to plan who will be doing the work during this time. And I see that there is a Miriam who is available. So basically, what I can do, I can either plan it directly for Miriam, or I can put it on the open shift so that it will be then available for other workers to apply. So first of all, I will go to the request. Here I will see that there's a parental leave. I can deny or approve, and it indicates me that there will be a shift conflict. I click approve. So basically, if I go back to the schedule, so we now have the conflict with that I need to somehow resolve. As I mentioned, I can move it to the open shift, and now it's available so I can publish and share it with the team. So that now it's available for other workers who can pick it up if they have availability. So I switch back to another worker, the Miriam, and go back to the shifts. And if I will look on the 1st of October, I see the open shift there, which I can, provide a request that I potentially can take that request. And it could be any worker because this open shift is shared among them. So I click request, and the request will be created and available for the manager to make a decision. So if I will update this tab, we will see that there is a new request added to that shift, as I can see here. So I click request, I see who is going to be there. If there will be any other conflicts between the shifts here they already assigned, I will be indicated. So I select that I will assign that to Miriam, and I approve that. So what we see that right now, this request, this shift has been assigned to Miriam. So all that experience simplified a lot the manual or paperwork that frontline workers and their managers do every time. So in addition to that, I will just show you that also the possibility to plan the task for different workers. So I see it in the work order list. I have the list of regular work orders that need to be done. That I could also plan within the shifts. So for example, if I open that task, so I can select who is assigned to. I can, change the priority. I can add any attachments and specify the due dates for that task. So everything is very seamless experience for the task management. And I can look at that in different views as well. So it could be a board view where I see it's grouped by different groups. I can also see the charts, basically how many tasks are in progress, how many are completed, how many is not started. And also, if I go to the schedule, I can see within the calendar where the task is assigned to, and I can using the drag and drop features to change that. So the last feature to show you is the approvals. So in case we need to make any other approval except the shifts, so it could be requested by any worker and sent to me according to the policy. And I see there is a safety permit approval for pump 7 in line 1 for Miriam for that new shift that she is assigned to. I go there and I can actually either approve or deny that request. So it could also be any kind of document attached if it's needed. It can also be used, for example, for expense reports when the frontline worker made a travel. So all of that can be also automated by using approvals in Teams. With that, I will go back to our slides to continue talking about what other features are available in cloud for manufacturing frontline workforce. So the last few years, Microsoft did an incredible work to simplify adoption of mixed reality apps. This is the future media of interaction between physical and digital worlds, and it's much more impactful compared to traditional tools we use. There are two products. One of them is called Dynamics 365 Guides, and the second one is Dynamics 365 Remote Assist, which provides out-of-the-box experience in manufacturing business scenarios. These apps go together with Microsoft HoloLens for adjusted reality device, as you can see on the screen. And it's not just a prototype, it's a real product that has been implemented across industries. It provides you possibilities to connect to remote experts to diagnose and resolve issues wherever they are, and it's very important nowadays. Also, users can have the hands-on and interactive experience, and by that they will have the seamless knowledge sharing, and it's much easier to get up to speed for a new worker in such collaboration. And by using them, we can really build a modern workplace to attract the talents in the manufacturing. From the business benefit standpoint, you can cut the travel cost and expenses done by all these travels that experts does in order to help. You can digitize documentation, you can reduce errors and increase safety and accelerate time to value for the new workers by using tools like that. Dynamics 365 Guides helps you prepare the interactive instruction for the worker. So the same like we see on the screen. It helps employees to adapt quickly. It shows them the steps that need to be performed for the routine task. They can use that in order to get up and speed and reduce number of errors made with learning by doing. And these guides can also be linked to line of business applications to appear during assembly process, for example, in the manufacturing execution. So there are multiple scenarios where mixed reality applications could be useful. for the manufacturing. The scenarios is like quality inspection, it could be line changeovers, it could be asset maintenance, and many more. If we just talk about mobile experience for this mixed reality, the Dynamics 365 Remote Assist leverages Microsoft Teams that enables technicians to do more with the mixed reality annotations. With Remote Assist, once the video call has established, the users will see everything the other users which use the PC have in the field. So annotations are useful for pointing on a different parts, including the parts that are maybe difficult or dangerous to reach. All call participants can see each other additions and make annotation on their own. Once annotation is placed, what makes it really helpful, it will remain anchored in that space. So no matter where user will point the camera next, the annotation and arrow will stay fixed on the specified place. And this helps resolve issues quickly and improve remote inspection and audits. And lastly, I would like to talk briefly about Power Platform and its integration with Microsoft Teams. As we mentioned earlier, we want Teams to be a single hub for collaboration between different people and applications. And actually, Power Platform helps us with that. We can embed Power BI reports connected to the line of business application, so its data is available right in the Teams without the need to change the app by order. Power Automate can help simplify integration development for business users. Like we see in our demo, once I finish the inspection survey and it has been filled in, system creates a new post and notification in the channel. Power Apps is a low-code, no-code tool to build custom application. They can also bring data from other sources. And you can use Power Virtual Agents to add bots to the chats and reply to frequently asked questions from your employees as if it was the real person. So to emphasize that, the Power Platform is used by 97% of Fortune 500 companies to accelerate internal app development. So in order to connect to these third-party apps, Microsoft provides literally hundreds of connectors to common used applications across industry, including ERP systems like Dynamics 365. And these dramatically decrease the time required to build a new integration you need. All right. With that, I'd like to say thank you for participation in this webinar. I hope this information will help you to rethink the way Frontline employees work and decide how to leverage solutions like Microsoft Cloud. Keep in mind that the biggest leap towards Industry 4.0 is enabling enterprise information to flow across employees in applications in a seamless manner. That's why you need a full stack of connected solutions implemented in an agile manner. So take care and see you on our next webinar. Goodbye.